Hi, everybody. Along with Skip Carey, this is Pete Van Wieren welcoming you to Candlestick Park in San Francisco, where this afternoon the Atlanta Braves begin the final leg of their longest road trip of the season, the first of a two-game series with the San Francisco Giants. And Skip, so far, a pretty good trip with a 6-4 record, but this two-game series will really tell what kind of a road trip it'll be.
Yeah, the Braves are talking sweep, and well, they should be. If they can win these two, they'll go home winning 2/3 of the game. They'll be 8-4, and they've got to shake off what was a real heartbreaker yesterday.
Two tough losses in Los Angeles. Yesterday's game and Saturday's game. Braves trying to bounce back today against the Giants team that's been ice cold all season long. They've lost 10 of their last 11, and they're buried in last place in the division. We'll be back with the starting lineups and all the action right after this.
Here's the way they line up for the ball game this afternoon. For Atlanta, Claudell Washington leads it off in right field. Rafael Ramirez will play shortstop. Andy will bat second. Dale Murphy in center field hits third. Bob Horner at first base bats cleanup. Terry Harper will play left field and hit fifth. Ken Oberkfell at third base hits sixth. Second baseman Glenn Hubbard bats seventh. Bruce Benedict will do the catching. He'll hit eighth. And Zane Smith will do the pitching. He's 4-4, an earned run average of 3.88. For the Giants, Dan Gladden leads it off. He's in center field. Manny Trio will play and bats second. Chili Davis in right field hits third. Jeff Leonard, the left fielder, bats cleanup. Bob Brindley will play first, hit fifth. Chris Brown, the third baseman, hits sixth. Our old buddy Alex Trevino catches, hits seventh. Jose Uribe is the shortstop, hitting eighth. Mike Krukow will do the pitching. He's 5-5, a 2.99 earned run average. Your umpires behind the plate: Jerry Davis, Steve Ripley at first, Terry Tata at second, and Jerry Crawford will call the plays at third. Defensively, you see the Giant alignment, and Claudell Washington strides toward the batter's box. And as he standing in with the play-by-play story, once again, here's Pete Van Wieren.
Thank you, Skip. Washington will lead it off, batting .276 with 7 home runs, and make that 9 home runs and 23 RBIs. Facing Mike Krukow, a record of 5-5, a good earned run average, 2.99. Just about every pitcher on the Giants staff has a good earned run average. Their team ERA is 2.97. Lifetime Krukow 7-6 against Atlanta. No decisions against the Braves this year. First pitch on the way to Washington, taken high, ball one.
6:08, 1:08 start, daytime temperature 81 degrees.
That is out of play, 1-1 the count. Very unusual day here at Candlestick Park. It is kind of a warm and muggy one, which you don't very often get in San Francisco. 81 degrees game time temperature. Count is now 2-1. That famous Candlestick Park wind that we talk so much about, not blowing at all right now. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and the breaking ball is high, 3-1. That'll be out of play. Braves right now kind of stuck in no man's land in 5th place. They are 4 games behind 4th place Houston. They are 7 games ahead of 6th place San Francisco. And down on strikes is Washington. Krukow got him on a fastball. That'll bring up Rafael Ramirez, batting .260 with 3 homers, 29 RBIs. He doesn't have the elbow wrap today for the first time in several weeks. That'll be out of play, and the first base seat's 0-1. There are players who would not have played with the ailing elbow that Ramirez had, but he wanted to play despite the injury. That's out of play, 0-2. Dale Murphy on deck. Slowly toward short, Uribe up and throwing, and there are 2 down. So the first two Braves hitters retired here in the top of the first. Now the center fielder, Dale Murphy. He had a mammoth home run in yesterday's game, hitting .290 for the year now with 18 homers, 51 RBIs. He's number 2 in the league to Pedro Guerrero in the home run department. Pedro, of course, hit that 19th homer of the season to beat the Braves yesterday.
Bad news today, huh? The Crab is not going to be here.
Yeah, disappointed to hear that. Kind of a cozy crowd here today, too. Can't be more than 4,000 people or so here.
Immediate family and friends only.
Now Murphy steps out. Well, the Giants going through one of those years where they've won only 27 games, lost 48. They are way down in the division. Despite the fact that their pitching staff has the best earned run average in the league. Breaking ball missed by Murphy. It's 2-2.
That's 2 years running if it winds up that way. The Pirates last year had the best ERA and finished horribly far back in the Eastern Division.
That sort of puts a question mark after that myth about pitching being 80% of the game. Here's the 2-2. Took a funny hop and got by Chris Brown. Murphy reaching with a 2-out single. So the Braves have a base runner, Murphy at first, with 2 men out, and Bob Horner stepping in.
You see the ball come up on him. I think even if he makes the diving play, he's not going to throw out Murphy.
Horner, a .261 hitter for the year, 11 homers, 35 RBIs. Out of play, 0-1. And the 0-1 on the way. Caught the outside corner, 0-2. This is good hitter's park. It's 335 down the lines, but only 365 to the power alleys. 400 feet to straightaway center. There's the 0-2, line toward right, but Chili Davis is right there. And the inning's over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the bottom half of the first with no score. There's a look at the Braves defensively as we go to the bottom half of the first. An outfield of Harper, Murphy, and Washington. The infield has Oberkfell, Ramirez, Hubbard, and Horner. Bruce Benedict doing the catching again today. And on the mound, left-hander Zane Smith, who brings a 4-4 record, a 3.88 earned run average into this one. There's his career record, one of those victories, and it came this year against San Francisco, Zane's only major league shutout. The Giants hitting only .215 as a team.
What is it their coach Rocky Bridges said? He's seen more zeros this year than the Japanese Air Force had in World War II.
They've already been shut out 10 times.
I have a question for you, Professor.
Okay.
Being a homeowner and all that, how do they make the grass look like it looks on the infield?
Don't ask me. Talking to the wrong person there. This is Dan Gladden, who's having a miserable time of it this year, batting only .219 with 2 homers, 15 RBIs. Some very low batting averages in this Giant order. You'll see them all afternoon. Zane Smith delivers and misses high, ball 1. This field is in excellent condition. Here's the 1-0, and that's a strike, 1-1. Giants are playing almost all day games this year. I think the only day of the week they play a night game is Friday. But the poor record and attendance is down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They keep bringing up the possibility here of building a new stadium in a better location, but nothing ever seems to come of it. They've talked about putting a dome on this stadium. Here's the 1-2. Down to first, hit by that pitch is Dan Gladden. Breaking ball down and in on him. He couldn't get out of the way, and he becomes a base runner.
It's a curveball, down and in, and he got it too far in, that's all. Got him right on the hit.
Gladden needs to be watched. He's the top base stealer on the Giants with 20. And here's the veteran second baseman, Manny Trio, batting .223. No homers, 11 RBIs. On the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. You look over the notes provided us by the Giants, and quite a few of their hitters have had pretty good strings recently, which is really the first time this year their hitting has come to life. But just when the hitters came to life, the pitching fell apart. They lost 10 games in a row.
Well, you feel sorry for Jim Davenport, too. He's waited so long for a chance.
He's trying to keep a sense of humor about the whole thing. Giants lost 96 games last year. Then Jim Davenport was named their new manager. The runner going on the 0-1, little tap toward second. Glenn Hubbard's only play will be to first in time. So Jim Davenport spent the entire winter going all over Northern California trying to pump up the fans for the upcoming '85 season. And he said that every speech he gave, he promised the fans, we're not going to lose 96 games this year, I'll promise you that. Jim says at least we're keeping our promise. At the rate we're going, we're going to lose about 110. Here's Chili Davis batting .267 with 7 homers and 30 RBIs. Gladden down at second now with 1 out. Line toward left center. Harper makes a nice running catch out there, and back to second base goes Dan Gladden. That was a fine play. Took an extra base hit away from Chili Davis and saved a run. 2 men out.
You see, he really has to extend here to get to it. That ball was really smoked.
So with 2 down, a runner at second. Here's the left fielder, Jeff Leonard. Leonard having a slow first half, batting .235, 9 homers, 30 RBIs. No score, bottom half of the first. Zane Smith delivers. Fastball strike at the outside corner, 0-1. You'll remember when the Braves had that long stretch without a complete game this year until Zane Smith pitched a shutout against San Francisco in Atlanta. 1-1. Braves have still had only one other complete game, that one tossed by Rick Mailer. And the 1-1 on the way. Fly ball, pretty well hit center field. Murphy started in, but now he drifts back and reaches up and grabs it. And the inning's over. Nothing doing for the Giants. We've played 1 here at Candlestick Park, and we're scoreless. In the top of the second, it'll be Terry Harper, Ken Oberkfell, and Glenn Hubbard.
Batting for Atlanta.
Harper, a .248 hitter on the year with 6 homers and 32 runs driven in. Bunted down the third base side, but foul, 0-1. Kruko's always been the kind of pitcher that Once he gets in a groove, he can be tough as the game goes on. If you get to him early, you'll see him knocked out of ball games a lot in the second or third innings. But if that doesn't happen to him, he very often pitches into the 7th, 8th, or 9th. Curve is in there. The count 0-2. That's his bread and butter pitch, that curveball. And the 0-2 coming. Outside. Now the 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball, low and outside, 2-2. Some players are just unlucky players over their careers. Here's the 2-2 fouled away. Every player that plays this or any other sport wants to be on a good team, a championship team. Well, Mike Krukow began his career with the Cubs. He came up in the majors with Chicago in the mid-70s when they were a terrible ball club, finishing last year after year. Count goes to 3-2. He went over to the Phillies, but only for 1 year, then was traded to San Francisco. And the Giants have been a last-place ball club, so Mike Krukow has spent a lot of time in his career with his team at the very bottom of the standings. Uribe on to first in time to retire Harper, 1 down.
Batting sixth.
And there are other guys. It doesn't seem to matter what team they play for, what kind of a year they have. That team always seems to be in postseason play. Reggie Jackson, a guy like that. Wherever he goes, that team wins. Here's Oberkfell batting .287. 1 homer, 15 runs driven in. 0-1 the count.
I guess Mickey Vernon was perhaps the classic example of the bad luck player.
Here's the 0-1. Little tight, 1-1. Glenn Hubbard, the on-deck hitter. Into left center field. Gladden coming over. Can't get to it. It drops in. Gladden knocks the ball down. Oberkfell trying for 2. Here's the throw. It's off the mark. And it's a double for Ken Oberkfell. Double number 8 of the season for Oberkfell. Hit number 2 of the game off Krukow. Yeah, Mickey Vernon won batting titles and everything, always playing with those Washington Senator teams that didn't do much. Here's Glenn Hubbard, .229 hitter, 3 homers, 18 RBIs.
Excuse me, but he was making $8,000, $10,000 a year. Now when you're unlucky, you're making $600,000 a year and finishing last.
A little bit high to Hubbard for a ball. One man out. Oberkfell down at second. And the 1-0 pitch coming. Over at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Some contrast coming to this ballpark right after you've played at Dodger Stadium with those 40,000 crowds. Seems very quiet. Here's the 1-1. That just missed, 2-1. Now the 2-1 on the way to Hubbard. He didn't get the breaking ball. It's 2-2. Bruce Benedict on deck. Krukow deals the 2-2, and he struck him out. Second strikeout of the game for Mike Krukow. And out number 2 here in the top of the second. So now it'll take a 2-out hit from Benedict, who is batting just .194 for the year. No homers, 2 RBIs. Strike in the outside corner, 0-1.
This has always been his ballpark, though. I recall a 2-home run game he had hit.
He has hit well here. There's the 0-1. Popped him up. Shallow left field. The shortstop Uribe back. The left fielder Leonard in. It'll be Leonard. And that's it for the Braves in the second. They get the double by Oberkfell, leave the runner at second. They go to the bottom half of inning 2 with no score.
It is my task to inform you that this telecast is authorized under rights granted by the Braves intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, the descriptions, or the accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Atlanta Braves and the Turner Broadcast System is prohibited.
Bottom half of the second, Bob Brenly, Chris Brown, Alex Trevino due up against Zane Smith in a scoreless game. Brenly's number is starting to improve a little bit. He was down below 200 for some time this year. And he's a traditional Braves killer. One ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0. Line. Great play by Oberkfell. Well, he's got good instincts over at third. He does not run well, but he's got quick hands, very sure hands over there.
Number 35.
Just like Brooks Robinson, an outstanding third baseman who did not have great foot speed, but it's those quick reactions.
One away in the second. Now the third baseman, Chris Brown, batting .252 with 5 homers, 23 RBIs. One ball, no strikes. Brown, born in Jackson, Mississippi, lives now in Los Angeles. He grew up in Los Angeles. Played in the same high school team as Darryl Strawberry. Oberkfell again. And there are 2 down. Now former Brave Alex Trevino, who's found the going rough this season, batting only .160 with a couple of home runs and 4 RBIs. Talking with Alex when the Giants were in Atlanta, he plans to maintain his off-season home in the Atlanta area. Low and inside, ball 1. No score, bottom half of the second. Bases empty, 2 men out. That caught the corner, 1-1. Smith with a good fastball that moves away from right-hand hitters. He also has a very good curveball. 2-1, the count on Alex Trevino. And the 2-1 coming. That missed low and away, 3-1. Smith delivers the 3-1 and missed high and outside, ball 4. Down to first, Trevino. That's the first walk given up by Zane Smith. And it'll bring up the Giant shortstop, Jose Uribe. He's batting .208 with 1 homer, 10 RBIs. Has a great glove out at short. But he hasn't hit much, and on this ball club, it does matter. Some ball clubs get away with a shortstop that doesn't hit much because they have a lot of bats elsewhere in their lineup, but that's not the case with this team. 1 ball, no strikes. Trevino at first with 2 down. Unlike most catchers, you might see Trevino take off. He has very good running speed for a catcher. He hasn't attempted a stolen base yet this year. You might say, well, the pitcher's due up next, but Mike Krukow, pretty good hitter. In fact, he's got one of the better batting averages in the starting lineup today. High in the air, down the line and right. Claudell Washington should get to it. And he does. That ball had a little more carry to it than it looked. But the inning's over. Nothing doing for the Giants. We've played 2, and there's no score. In the top half of the third, it'll be Zane Smith, Claudell Washington, Rafael Ramirez due up for the Braves in a scoreless game. Smith not a bad hitter, batting .125 this year. No homers, 1 RBI.
Number 34, pitcher Zane Smith.
Krukow deals. Hit foul off to the right. One-way batting averages don't always tell the story on a pitcher and how he hits. But if you look at the strikeouts, bad hitting pitchers will strike out about half the time. Smith has fanned only 2 times in 16 at-bats. 1-1. Toward third, Chris Brown has this one. 1 down. Not much happening in this game to this point. We go back to the top of the order, and Claudell Washington has struck out his first time. The pitchers have been in command thus far.
To that end, we're going to start an hour earlier tomorrow and hope that there'll be more life to the proceeding.
Braves have 2 hits in the game. Giants don't have a hit yet. Washington came out of yesterday's game. They thought he might have had a little hamstring problem, but it felt much better today. And he rips that ball toward right. It'll drop for a base hit. Chili Davis gets it back to the infield, and there's the third Atlanta hit off Mike Krukow.
One Giant official had a pretty good line before the game. He said that it hasn't been that bad a year for the Giants. They lead the league in 2 things. Number 1, innings pitched. And number 2, they are on more teams' highlight films than any other team in the National League.
A runner at first with 1 down. Ramirez grounded to short his first time. 1 ball, no strikes. Washington might take off here. He's got 7 steals and 9 tries. Ramirez handles the bat pretty well. They might hit and run. The runner going, the pitch to Ramirez, hit foul down past third base coach Bobby Wine. So the count even, 1-1. Here's the look toward first by Krukow, and the 1-1 pitch coming. Fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Giants are averaging only 13,000 per home date. Doesn't look like they'll have that many here today, though. Here's the 1-2 to Ramirez. Popped him up foul territory, and there's a lot of that here at Candlestick Park. Bob Brindley will get to it. Washington holds at first. 2 men out for Murphy. Murph had a base hit his first time up. He's now hit safely in 5 straight games. His bat beginning to come back a little bit on this trip. Well, that home run he hit yesterday in Los Angeles, he hasn't hit many further than that one. It almost got over the bullpen in left field. The runner goes. Murphy takes it low. The throw by Trevino will not get there, and stolen base number 8 of the season for Claudell Washington. Gives the Braves another runner in scoring position. Count of 1 ball, no strikes on Murphy. Now Trevino out to make sure the signs with Krukow. I can't recall a day here in Candlestick Park with less wind. It is an absolutely still day at the moment. Here's the 1-0. Foul back. 1-1. Two men out. Washington down at second. And a 1-1 pitch. Misses low and inside, 2-1. Murphy has also had some big days in this ballpark. Of course, he's had some big days in just about every ballpark. Here's the 2-1. There's a high fly ball, foul down the left side. Brown gives it a chase, but this one will be up in the seats. And that evens the count, 2-2. Washington gets his lead. Now Murphy steps up. Signs will be given again by Trevino. And the 2-2 pitch coming. Just missed outside. The count full, 3-2. It's a good sign when Murphy takes that pitch. When he gets into one of his batting slumps, you'll very often see him chase that pitch that's low and away. Now 3-2 pitch due. High and deep to right field. Davis going back, looking up. It is gone. Home run number 19 for Dale Murphy, and the Braves take a 2-0 lead. "19 homers, 53 RBIs now for Murphy." That is the 11th home run hit off Mike Krukow this year.
And you see it again there as the count goes to 0-1 on Horner.
Horner fly to right his first time. The curve drops in, and the count 0-2. Murphy may be getting hot again. He now has 7 hits in his last 16 at-bats. That ball sharply hit, but a good play by Chris Brown. His throw across in time. And the inning over. But the Braves get on the board on the Dale Murphy home run. We go to the bottom half of the third. Atlanta leading now by a 2-0 score. Tonight on the Superstation, James Cagney stars, Dennis Weaver co-stars in The Gallant Hours, based on true events surrounding Admiral William F. Halsey, famed World War II naval hero. That's The Gallant Hours, tonight at 10 Eastern, right here on the Superstation. Bottom of the third, here's Skip.
Okay, Pete, thank you. Mike Krukow leads it off, batting at .214. He has a couple of RBIs. He's stroked 3 doubles this year. That will be easy. Oberkfell throws him out. 1 pitch, 1 out in the third. And Dan Gladden will stand in. He was hit by a pitch his first time. Dale Murphy's homer has made it 2-0.
Number 32, center fielder, Dan Gladden.
Gladden at just .219. Vida Blue, incidentally, got his 2,000th strikeout yesterday, as the Giants ended a 10-game losing streak by winning the second game of a doubleheader in Houston. He shortened the bunt, took it outside. He hit .351 a year ago. He's 130 points below that this year.
He didn't look like the kind of hitter that could happen to either. Contact type hitter. Good speed.
Well, look how much he has the bat choked up now. I don't know if it was just because he was shortening the bunt. He's almost a third of the way up that thing. At the knees on the outside edge. Downstairs, it's 3-1. Giants Boosters Club is traveling to Minneapolis for the All-Star game in mid-July. Gladden wasn't sure himself, but it is ball 4 and walk number 2 for Zane Smith.
Your attention, please.
And Manny Trio stands in.
Number 9, second baseman.
Manny bounced to second his first time. Trio represents the potential tying run at the plate. As we watch this ball game, Pete, you made a great point before the game when we were having breakfast talking about the job the gang over at Cable News has done on this hostage crisis.
Yeah, we get Cable News Network at the hotel. I was watching it for quite some time this morning, and they've really done a tremendous job, very thorough coverage. They're all to be congratulated.
I think what makes them so good is, unlike the networks who have to condense everything into very brief reports read off of teleprompters, our guys out in the field know how to ad-lib, and
They'd better.
yeah, take some time to do it right. That really is an amazing operation. How they make that thing fly, I still don't know.
And that could not have been the easiest story in the world to cover either, with all the goings on.
Runner going. Benedict's throw. He should be out by about 20 feet. He is.
Well, whatever it was Bruce Benedict was doing wrong last year, he certainly has corrected it this year. He's cut down better than half of the attempted base stealers against him in recent games. And Gladden's a good base stealer. He's only been caught 5 times, stealing successfully 20 times. This was the 6th caught stealing, and he was out easy. Got rid of it in a hurry with something on it.
Trio back live lashes a foul ball into the seats. And the count goes to 1-2. It's even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Braves lead it 2-0 on a 2-run shot by Dale Murphy in the top half of this 3rd inning. Down the line and right, it's going to drop foul in the Giant bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chili Davis waits on deck. He stayed alive as he fought off the breaking ball. It's still 2-2. And again, the 2-2. Well hit right center field. Can Claudel get there? Yeah, the ball comes back to him, and the inning is over. Nothing doing in the 3rd. No hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 3, Braves 2, Giants nothing. 0-1 is the count to Terry Harper as we rejoin you here in the top of the fourth. It's even now, 1-1. Harper bounced to short his first time. Check swing, foul back. Steve Bedrosian and Jim Gott will pitch the finale of this series tomorrow, 3:05 Eastern Time. That almost got budding author and Braves first base coach Bobby Dews.
When is his story going to appear in Atlanta Weekly? It's sometime this month, I think.
I don't know if it was yesterday or...
I guess he'll have to go on the talk show circuit then.
I think one guy's enough. A ball and 2 strikes, the count to Harper. There's a drive to deep left. Did he get enough of it? Leonard is at the wall and waves goodbye. It's 3-0 Atlanta. That's the 12th home run ball thrown by Mike Krukow this year. Number 7 for Terry, his 33rd RBI. So far, so good.
He gets a ball really up in the strike zone. Krukow wanted this pitch back as soon as he got rid of it. Look at that curveball hang.
Oberkfell swings and misses. He doubled his first time, breaking ball outside, 1-1. That ball is going to be out of play behind the Giant dugout. Trevino gave it a look, but had no chance. Harper has never driven in this many runs in a Major League season, nor has he had this many homers. A ball, 2 strikes, the count. That ball is corked. There was another breaking ball, but 50 feet foul.
Braves hitters really getting some good rips at Krukow in this game.
And at the outset, he really looked good, I thought. But all of a sudden, his curveball isn't what it was. It was that time, and Oberkfell knew it. Strikeout number 3 for Krukow.
This is what Krukow wants to do with this pitch. He throws a lot of curveballs. Look at that thing drop.
Hubbard was a strikeout victim his first time. Glenn hitting just .228 for the year. That will make the seats. Uribe should throw him out, and does. 2 down. Here's Bruce Benedict.
Number 20, catcher Bruce Benedict.
Bruce flied to left his first time. Oh, and 1, the count to the Atlanta catcher. The Braves have some decisions to make in the immediate future. The 0-1 pitch. Cork to deep left field. Back goes Leonard again. He's at the wall, and the inning is up. Benedict didn't miss getting it out of here by much. The Harper homer is the only hit, the only run. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 3-0 Braves. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. What a statistic. Oh, and 1. The count to Chili Davis. The Yankees beat Toronto today 4-1. Joe Cowley, the former Brave, won it over Doyle Alexander, the former Brave. Dave Righetti got a save. Montreal in 10 beat the Cardinals 3-2. The 1-1 started to go, held up. The curve was inside. 2 balls and a strike. Zane Smith with a 3-0 lead in the fourth. It's 3-1. He tried to stop his swing, fouled it back. It's 3-2. Against pitchers on the Braves staff 5'10 and a half or less, Davis is batting .238 in his career. The payoff pitch. Strike 3 at the knees. He can't believe it, but he is pumped out of there, 1 away. Zane's
Frustrating season for Giants hitters. And when you're having a frustrating year, you never seem to get a call the way you want it to go.
Jeff Leonard is the batter. He flied to rather deep center field his first time. Three, 5-0 for the Braves. 0-0 for the Giants. That curveball was a good one, down and in. A ball and a strike. The outfield plays Leonard straight away. He started in the Dodger chain. Fly ball fouled on the right side. Atlanta Constitution sports writer Jerry Fraley just had himself paged in the press box.
He does that just about every game, doesn't
It's amazing. Either that or he and Chris Mortensen page each other. 1-2, the count to Leonard. That didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Don't forget the Braves are home Thursday night, the 4th of July, against the Mets at 7:40. Count stays 2-2.
That'll be a big night. They got a fireworks show after the game, and you might want to get out there early. The Spirit of Atlanta Drum and Bugle Corps is going to perform before the game, and they are very good.
Do we have pitching pairings for that yet?
Haven't seen the Mets pitchers yet. Rick Mailer will start that game Thursday night for Atlanta.
The way I had it figured, Dwight Gooden would work on Friday, but I'm not 100% sure.
We should have that information tomorrow.
Just missed, I guess, high, and it's 3-2. Smith has walked a couple. He has struck out 1. He has hit a batter. He didn't mean to. A little tap toward short. Ramirez gloves it and throws and got it. 2 out. Good play by Ralphie.
Ball almost came out of his glove. Kind of hit the heel of the glove. He was just able to hang on to it. He got rid of it quickly with that strong, accurate throw that we've become so accustomed to seeing.
Brenly lined hard to Oberkfell his first time. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Steve Ripley. 1 ball, no strikes. It's 1-1. Bridges, the third base coach of the Giants, had to skip the rope to get out of the way. A ball, 2 strikes. Gene Garber crossed the foul line to come up with that foul ball. That might be trouble in short center. Hubbard can't get there. A blue pitch for Brindley. The first safety of the game.
Number 35, third baseman Chris Brown.
For the Giants, and Chris Brown is the batter. Braves fan from Titusville, Florida, Mark Schneebly is here today. Brown bounced to third his first time. The Forbes family from Omaha here to root for the Braves. That was off his foot, and down he goes, and he is hurting. Brown will try to shake it off.
These really sting. Right off the top of the foot.
Giant trainer comes to his aid, but there's really not much he can do. Maybe spray a little ethyl chloride on it. Former Atlanta residents, the Lance and Joe Schmidt and the children here today. One and one the count, runner at first, 2 out. Braves lead at 3-0, a 2-run homer for Dale Murphy, a solo shot for Terry Harper. Line down the right side. That might be trouble. Let's see how far the runner can go. Brenly will have to stop at third. Brown is into second, head first. They're at second and third with 2 out.
Brown went with this pitch. It was a fastball on the outside part of the plate. And he just went with it, slapped it to right field. And the Giants have their first scoring threat of the afternoon now with runners second and third, 2 down for Alex Trevino.
Alex walked his first time. He's hitting 160 with 2 homers, 4 runs driven in. Second and third, the tying run at the plate. High and away, 1 ball, no strikes. And the outfield plays Trevino slightly toward left. Curve into the dirt. Good play by Benedict. It's 2-0. Shortstop Jose Uribe is on deck. Three balls, no strikes. The highest average in the Giant order is 267. But they threaten here in the bottom of the 4th. They curved him 3-0. Now it's 3-1. So Trevino in the driver's seat here. Foul out of play. It was a fastball, and the count is full, 3-2. And we await the payoff pitch from Zane Smith. Here it is. That should do it. Easy hop for Hubbard, and the inning is over. So Smith gets Trevino to get out of trouble. 2 hits, no runs. No errors, 2 left. We go to the 5th. Braves lead it 3-0. We go to the 5th inning. Zane Smith will lead it off. Pete Van Weer and Skip Carey with you from Candlestick Park. So far, so good. Braves on top. 3-0 as you look at the tail of the tape. Smith corks one into center, and the 5th inning is off to a good start. Zane strokes his 2nd hit of the year, and Cardell Washington is the batter. Cardell struck out in the 1st, singled, stole a base, and scored in front of Murphy's 2-run blast in the 3rd. So he is 1 for 2. That's the 6th hit surrendered by Mike Krukow. Giants have played 500 baseball here in Candlestick. They're 18-18, but on the road, 9-30. Did he go? Yes. Jerry Crawford made the call from 3rd base. Count evens. Excuse me.
We spent a couple years with ball clubs that had those kind of road records back in the mid-70s. And that's a long season.
The bunt tails off foul. I have compiled some similar road records myself. 1-2 the count. Let me get this straight. We've been gone 2 weeks. We get home at 1 o'clock Wednesday. Well, you going out to dinner Wednesday night?
Yes.
Whew. You're a man of great courage. Popped him up foul and out of play. Well, we'd love to join you, but I flat out can't afford it. The well is dry.
It's been a long trip. We've got a lot of day games, a lot of chances to go out and dine in some of the fine restaurants in the National League.
That, too. Did he go? Again, they asked for help. This time, Crawford says no. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him with an off-speed curveball. So Washington is out of there. That's strikeout number 4. Krukow's had a strange game. 4 strikeouts in less than 5 innings, with 6 hits and 3 runs. Ramirez is 0 for 2. He's bounced to short and popped to first. So we head for the wharf tonight, huh?
Little seafood tonight.
Ended with a bang. Have plastic, will travel. Curve strike to Ramirez, 0-1. That is not playable. It's 0-2. Runner at first, 1 away. I'll be doing something when we get home Wednesday that you probably haven't done in 8 to 10 years.
What's that?
Get a haircut.
True.
The 1-2 pitch. Curve line off the pitcher's glove. He steps on the bag. Safe at first. Tough break for Ramirez. Good play by Krukow. If he doesn't deflect that ball, it's into center field. Let's see, did they call him safe at second?
Number 3.
I'll be darned. He must have missed the bag. I thought he had him.
Well, let's look at it again. The ball hit off Kruko's glove. It slowed down a bit, but shortstop Jose Uribe gets to it. He never got the bag.
He simply missed it. They haven't scored it as anything yet.
He's a foot away from the bag. That might go as a base hit now.
Well, here's Murph again. Upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. It's a hit. That gets to the screen. They're at second and third, and the Braves have a chance to build up a sizable lead here in the top of the 5th. It's a wild pitch on Kruko.
It has been a strange game for him. He's been in total control on some hitters. He's thrown 2 home run balls.
Now they'll put Murphy on and pitch to Horner. They do this not because they want to pitch to Horner, but because they do want to set up the double play. A left-hander goes to work in the Giant bullpen. This will be Kruko's first walk of the game. Bob has flied to right and bounced to third. They have a totally different outfield defense on him than do the Dodgers. They play Davis in a normal right field. Gladden is way over in left center, and Horner has all of right center to work with if he could steer one in that direction. You see the alignment there. And there's 1 out. The bases are full of Braves. It's already 3-0. Check, swing, strike, 0-1. One and 1. Just tying away with a fastball. Two balls and a strike. Horner in a spot where he can make this one a comfortable Atlanta lead. The 2-1. Caught the inside corner. Bob didn't think so, but the count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a big pitch for Kruko. The 2-2. Oh, just missed inside. He took a shot at that same spot, but missed it. The payoff pitch about to be made to Bob Horner with the bases loaded, 1 out in the 5th. He walked him and a run is in. It's 4-0. He threw him a curveball, missed low and away, and you can see Kruko is all over the plate. Umpire Jerry Davis, he thought he had him struck out. Now Davis walks to the mound after Kruko, which is not really a smart thing, in my opinion, for an umpire to do. Zane Smith scores. He can go rest on the Atlanta bench. Ramirez moves to third, Murphy to second. Horner drives in his 36th run with the walk. And here's Harper, who's bounced to short and has homered. Hot shot should be a double play to second. 1-3-0 to first, and the inning is over. Harper hit it hard, but right at Uribe, and he started the double play. So out of all that, the Braves get only 1. Now Kruko and Davis go at it again as Kruko tries to get to the dugout. Now Rocky Bridges is going to try to pull the umpire away from the pitcher. Can you believe this? It's supposed to be the other way around, isn't it? Jim Davenport gets out there as well. It's 4-0 Atlanta.
You're looking at Jim Davenport just having a nice peaceable chat with Jerry Davis, the home plate umpire. And Jerry Davis asking Mr. Davenport if he'd like to spend the rest of the game in the Giants locker room. And Mr. Davenport says, Gosh, Jerry, that'd be swell. Gee. Davenport gets thrown out for the first time in his Major League managerial career. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning, and the Braves on the Superstation lead it 4-0. Ernie Johnson and John Sterling with you now on Braves television as Pete and Skip go over to radio. A 2-run home run by Murph, a solo shot by Terry Harper, and then the walk to Bob Horner with the bases loaded, and that was the catalyst for Davenport being thrown out. Right at the end of the inning, Mike Krukow got into it with home plate umpire Jerry Davis. I don't think they liked the call on the 2-2 pitch to Horner. That's Jose Uribe who leads off the Giants' 5th, the 8th hitter in their lineup, grounding it foul. It'd be Uribe, Krukow, and then the top of the order. I think that's what they were arguing about, that 2-2 pitch to Horner. The 3-2 did miss, and that forced in the Braves' 4th run. Anyway, 4-0 Braves. Zane Smith tossing another shutout against the Giants. And the count 1-1 on the young shortstop Jose Uribe. He hit a fly ball to right field his first time. Fastball is way outside, and the count 2-1. A very important game for the Braves because they lost another heartbreaker in Los Angeles. How many have they lost like that the past few years? The Braves have had a good road trip. They've got to win here to make it a good road trip. Right side pop-up, and Glenn Hubbard makes a call and catch, one away.
Number 30, pitcher.
Now, Mike Krukow is going to hit for himself, even though his team is down 4-0 in the 5th. Krukow grounded out his first time. He's had a pretty good year at bat. Takes it down low, ball 1. Krukow has 6 hits in 29 times at bat. Hubby will make the play. 2-away. Krukow kind of takes it easy on those trips down the line.
Well, he made it to first base that time. Last time he peeled off about halfway there, and the fans let him know about it. So this time he decided he would go all the way, and he should go all the way.
Yeah, it's only 90 feet. He's not running a 10K. Not running the Peachtree. 2-away, and here's Dan Gladden. Gladden had a sensational half season with the Giants last year. Batted well over 300 with power, stole a lot of bases, but this year as a regular he's only hitting .219. He has 2 homers, 15 RBIs. Been on both times on a walk, and he got hit by a pitch. Was thrown out by Bruce Benedict trying to steal last time. He takes the breaking ball low inside, ball 1. Only 2 games in the majors today. Montreal at home beat St. Louis in 10 innings. They're a half game out. And up in Toronto, the Yankees beat the Blue Jays. The Yankees are 6.5 out. Gladden fakes the bunt, takes a strike. The only time Zane Smith has ever pitched against the Giants, he threw a shutout against them in Atlanta. And now he has 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, leading 4-0. That should end the inning. Terry Harper in left field. Giants are set down 1-2-3, and at the end of 5, it's 4-0 Braves. Ken Oberkfell has taken the first pitch down low. And he pops this one up to right center field. Danny Gladden makes the catch, 1 away. Obi had doubled in 2 trips before that fly ball. 1 away, top of the 6th. Here's Glenn Hubbard. Braves lead it 4-0. And we'll play an hour earlier tomorrow. And Ernie, we should be on the air at about 3 o'clock Eastern time, right?
3:05.
3:05 Eastern time. Fly ball to left center field. Leonard will make the catch. And the Braves have 2 outs very, very quickly. Ernie Johnson, John Sterling with you on Braves television. 4-0 ball game Braves. Bob and Dee Richardson are here from Lawton, Oklahoma to watch the Braves. And Pat and Cecilia Moore are here from Dalton, Georgia. Okay. 2A, here's Bruce Benedict. That ball goes back to the screen. Ball 1. Boy, they're seeing Candlestick about as good as you can see it. 81 degrees, sunny, no wind to speak of. That's up the middle and fielded by Trio. Does he get enough on the throw? No. Bruce Benedict legs out a base hit. They say things even up in this game. You don't know if it's true or not. Bob Bremley hit a bullet line drive to Oberkfell, then dunked in a hit.
Trio made a pretty good play on this. He's one of the best out there, but Benedict beat it. Last time up, Bruce had the left fielder against the fence. Looked like it was going to be a homer. This time he gets himself an infield hit.
So in those two cases, it evened up. Here's Zane Smith had a base hit his last time and scored the Braves' 4th run. A swing and a strike. That little bloop will be caught by Uribe. And the Braves, no runs, a hit, and they leave 1. At the end of 5.5, it's 4-0 Atlanta.
Tomorrow afternoon, William Bendick stars The Babe Ruth Story. 1:05 p.m. Eastern. That is tomorrow.
Might be the hokiest baseball movie ever made. I like the part where Clarence Trevor realizes he's throwing a curve because he sticks his tongue out of his mouth. That's when he was still pitching. Anyway, you'll love the movie.
I like this swing.
William Bendick's swing?
Yeah, that was good.
Mel Allen had a great line about that movie. I guess he did a lot of voiceover work. And I guess the producer or some person on the picture said to him, well, do it, the way you did it when Ruth hit the home run. Mel Allen said, but I was 3 years old then. I wasn't announcing for the Yankees. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, see it. And if you're old enough, you'll laugh. And if you're not young enough, you'll love it. Manny Trio leads off for the Giants here in the bottom of the 6th.
They used to make a lot of baseball movies, and the pro ball players living in California loved it because they always got extra work. They would be in the movies. You could see some of your old teammates sitting on the bench like Gene Mock, someone like that.
I read about that, and I'll give you some names. Hank Sauer, the Giant scout, was in a lot of them. Bob Lemon, Peanuts Lowry guys who lived out there.
George Metkovich was in several.
The Catfish. Here's the 1-0 to Trio. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Braves lead at 4-0. Zane Smith pitching another brilliant game. Since he's been in the rotation, the Braves have been 5-2 in the games he started. He has won all those games. And he is their left-hander in the rotation. They have found him, the Braves.
Well, they went from that style of baseball movie to the other style, which is the Slugger's Wife, and then they got the announcers in there.
Yes, and the Slugger's Wife, I think, might be the last of that genre because, as the old line goes, it wasn't released, it escaped. Well, anyway, here's Manny Trio with a count of 1-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Zane Smith has stopped the Giants on 2 hits to this point. The count evens 2-2. Giants have their hitters up now. After Trio, they have Chili Davis and Jeff Leonard. One thing has been expressed by the Braves after this pitch. That'll be caught by Dale Murphy in right center field. Claudel will make the catch, 1 away. Now, Bruce Benedict said something to me last night. We were having a little sarsaparilla when we got up here after the game. That was a crusher again. Ernie, how many crushers in L.A. in the past few years? But Bruce said one thing. He said, we're playing good baseball. And, the Braves really think that. They really think that there's a long way to go, and they're going to win a lot of games and get back in it, which is a good sign, I think.
They had a good month of June. Considering what they did in April and May, they had played 514 and 14, but the other stat was the ERA of the pitching staff was just a little over 3.
There's a grounder to short off the bat of Davis, and Raphael throws him out 2 away. I think the Braves have learned how they have to win games. After Murphy and Horner, and every now a home run from Claudel, they don't have a lot of power on this team. They don't have a lot of deep hitting on the bench, but they have very good pitching, a very deep bullpen. Don't forget, Bob Horner was just getting acclimated in the first 30, 40 games. Now, he's at first base to stay. He has not made an error there in 20 games. And, well, I know I'm an optimist, but hope springs eternal. Maybe the Braves can start to win some games and see if they can make a run at the Padres in the second half. Hopefully. Two-way here in the Giants' sixth. Jeff Leonard. Breaking ball is high, ball one.
They all realize, though, they have to play much better than 500 ball.
Oh, yeah. That should end the inning. Claudel comes down the right field line. And that is ruled a foul ball. The catch by Claudel, and another 1-2-3 inning from Zane Smith. At the end of 6 innings of play, the Braves lead it 4-0. Through 6, the Braves 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The Giants no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. Mike Krukow still in there for the Giants. Zane Smith trying to pitch a second straight shutout against San Francisco. Top of the Braves order in the 7th, led off by Claudel, and back to tell you about it, here's Ernie.
Thank you, John. Claudel Washington struck out, singled, and struck out, and bounced past first foul. He had a stolen base in the 3rd inning. Then Murphy followed with a home run. Harper hit a home run in the 4th. That made it 3-0. And then Horner walked with the bases loaded in the 5th to make it 4. Pop to short. Uribe. 1 down. Now Ramirez, who is 1 for 3.
Shortstop, Rafael Ramirez.
Ramirez has hit safely in 21 of his last 26 ball games. And the curveball almost hit him. Slim pickings here this afternoon, maybe 4,000 or 5,000. They're 50,000 behind last year's attendance. There are several people here rooting for the Braves, as always, as a result of the cable. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1. Good hitters park at 365 in the alleys when the wind isn't blowing in. And there's a drive along the right field line. Let's see if they can catch up. That is a nice catch by Chili Davis. He passed from view, and he went a long way for that ball, and it was fair. The indication from Steve Ripley.
Davis going toward the wall and catches it in fair territory.
The batter's Dale Murphy. Singled, homered, and purposely passed. Curveball in there. Did he go? They'll ask for help. Ripley says no, and the fans say boo. Two away in the 7th. Outside. Murphy with 19 home runs, and all but about 4 or 5 come against right-handed pitching. And that's the short, and that's the first, and that's it in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom half. 4-0 Braves. Bob Brenly leads it off. We go to the bottom of the 7th. He's 1 for 2. He was robbed of a base hit in the 2nd by Ken Oberkfell. One and 0. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks like Minton and Jeffcoat in their bullpen. And that's who it is. And the 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chris Brown to follow. The Braves are home on Thursday. We expect a big crowd. It's the New York Mets and also the fireworks display. The Mets are in for 4, followed by Montreal 3 and Philadelphia for 4 before the All-Star break. 2-2. Hit hard but foul past Rocky Bridges. Very colorful third base coach. Rocky was a good ball player, an infielder in his playing days. And he'll quickly tell you, one of the shortstop that Pee Wee Reese wore out. Curveball inside. Rocky might be the acting manager. We weren't told who the manager is as Davenport was ejected. There's Rock. Toward third, but foul again. Rocky Bridges, one of the infielders back in the 50s that came to the Dodgers. Bobby Morgan, another. Don Zimmer. And they all wanted to replace Pee Wee Reese. And Pee Wee just wore him out. They just went somewhere else.
Eddie Mixes, Bob Ramazzotti.
Yeah.
It was like catches that came up behind Yogi.
Yeah. Bridges has so many one-liners. Three balls and 2 strikes on Bob Brenly. Normally a catcher playing first today. And the payoff again is down low, ball 4. So Brenly starts the bottom of the 7th with a walk. Chris Brown is doubled and grounded out. He'll be followed by Alex Trevino. Montreal won a big ball game today, beating the Cardinals in extra innings. The Yankees beat Toronto. Those are the only other afternoon games. Jeff Dedman starts throwing for Atlanta. The 1-0. Hit foul. 1 ball and strike. The month of June proved to the Braves how much 500 baseball does for you. They played 500 and lost 2 games in the race with San Diego. There's Dedman. That's toward Oberkfell. He's got 1 down there. 2 at first. I didn't think it was a double play ball. What a turn down there by Hubbard. A nice play by Obie at third. And the stretch by Horner. The ball was so slowly hit, I didn't think they had a chance for a double play.
Well, the Braves really can turn it. And Hubbard makes a sensational pivot with a runner, Bob Brenly, flying at him. And Braves just simply turn it over.
Now with 2 down, here's Alex Trevino. And the pitch to him is outside. Curve strike. That double play by the Braves was their 91st of the year. And this is game 75. You put some significance in double plays, especially when they're made in close ball games. 2-1. Fly ball center. Murphy on his horse should catch up to it. And he does. And the inning's over. We played 7. It's 4-0 Atlanta.
You'll find a variety of Braves T-shirts in the Braves Clubhouse Collection catalog. And to find the one that's right for you, send your name, address, and $1 to Braves Catalog, Post Office Box 4064, Atlanta, Georgia 30302. And you'll receive a coupon worth $1 toward your first catalog purchase.
Horner leads it off. Top of the 8th, a happy birthday to a young lady I've known for a long time. Dawn Johnson Klein, who's watching down in Southern California. She's 30-something, and she's watching with her grandmother, who is also, but she's 80-something. 4,369. That's our paid attendance here today, and about 1,000 of them cheering for Atlanta. Horner walked with the bases loaded last time up. 2-0. We talked to Benedict and a couple of other guys about that controversial home run yesterday at Dodger Stadium. You remember the one Washington hit? High pop. Trevino should catch it. And he does. And we talked that R.J. Reynolds might have had it in his glove, looked like on the replay, and threw it back on the field, so therefore it would be in play. But the players felt that the ball went over his glove and hit something and bounced back on the field. And I believe that's how the umpire called it, because it took a while for the ball to get back on the field. Here's Terry Harper, who homered in the 4th. And the latest report on Steve Howe, ball outside, is this. You may or may not have known, so we'll pass along the information that first to pitch, low. It was bad enough missing the ball game for Steve Howe, but we understand that he was the chairperson, the chairman of a Boy Scout banquet on Saturday night. There's a fly ball left center, not going to carry. Leonard makes the catch, 2 down. And he was in charge of the banquet, Steve Howe, and he got Tom Lasorda to be the speaker and several of the players to be guests at the banquet Saturday night. He did not show for that. And he did not show up, I believe. He came home last night, and the latest report is that he will be having a meeting today with Peter O'Malley, the president of the Dodgers. He was placed on a restricted list. Low to Oberkfell. Oberkfell doubled, struck out, and flied out. He's 1 for 3. Two and 0. Two balls and a strike. Krupko quickly back, and it's right off his glove. Can he throw him out? How about that? Knocked his glove off, chased it down the ball, and threw him out. A good play by Krupko, and he robbed Ken Oberkfell. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-0. We'll take another look as we go out. This is a bullet. Took his glove right off. He said, "I'll still get you," and he does. Bottom of the 8th is coming your way. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Jose Uribe will lead it off. Rob Deere will be a pinch hitter for the pitcher. Uribe is 0 for 2. Lane Smith trying to shut out the Giants for the second time this year. Jeff Dedman continues to throw for Atlanta. A little bit high with the fastball, 1-0. Deere on deck. 2-0. Eddie Haas won't wait long and take any chances. He's got a 4-0 lead, bottom of the 8th, and that is high, 3-0. Braves have had a Couple of tough ones get away in the 8th and 9th, the kind that really get to you. That's a strike, 3-1. Toward Oberkfell, off his glove. Can Ramirez throw him out? Nope. That's going to go as a boot on Oberkfell, who doesn't make many. E5.
It was hit hard by Uribe. And Obi, reaching out, had it hit off just the top of his glove. Normally he gets that ball and throws him out, so they give Ken an error. And here's Rob Deere.
Big, strong guy. Deere, batting only .213, has 3 homers and 9 RBIs. Got the big uppercut swing, and the first curveball goes in the dirt, and that'll be a wild pitch. And the Giants have something started here in the bottom of the 8th with a runner at second and nobody out. Deere is fanned 19 times in 61 at-bats.
And those are his stats in the minor leagues, too. He would hit 30 homers or so in the minors, but also strike out 150, 170 times.
Fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. They've got Minton up, and he will be their next pitcher, probably, although they still have Jeffcoat standing alongside. Now the 1-1. Toward Oberkfell. Looks a runner back and throws to first. That's 1 down. And Dan Gladden is the hitter. He's been hit by a pitch, walked, was caught stealing on a great throw by Benedict, then he flied to center. Anytime you catch one of these speed merchants, everything has worked perfectly for you, and he was out easily when he attempted to steal in the 3rd. He had stolen 20 bases, been caught only 5 times.
2 walks, 1 of which was intentional, 4 strikeouts, 2 home runs, and a wild pitch.
Gladden went 8. I should say Krukow went 8, and he allowed 4 runs, all earned. Couple of walks, 1 intentional, 4 strikeouts. Gladden has also gone 8. Center field. He's at the plate. The 1-0. And that is a strike. That big promotion to pack Three Rivers Stadium Sunday was a success from the standpoint of getting 31,000. Strike call, they had 31,000, second largest crowd that they've had at Pittsburgh games. They lost the ball game, however, and got booed. That can happen anywhere. They've had a tough season at Pittsburgh. 1-2. Foul away. Mike Schmidt, today's paper, said he's tired of the fans booing him in Philadelphia. He has not had a Mike Schmidt year. Pass along these little tidbits to you. Pete Rose is now 39 hits away from breaking that record by Cobb. He got 2 yesterday and a game winner against San Diego. Well, he just keeps it up. Curveball is inside, 2-2.
You know, I saw his game-winning hit. He really is something. First of all, Pete Rose at 44 is second in the league in on-base percentage. He came up in the 9th inning off the goose. He took the goose to left field, right between 3rd and short, right where he took Bruce Sutter in that ball game to tie it up. I mean, he really is something. He should be honored by baseball this year as he breaks Ty Cobb's record.
Got his team to within 4 first place.
Yeah, he's as player manager. Isn't that something?
2-2. Almost hit him. 3-2. A runner at second base, 1 down. And the 3-2. Fly ball, lazy in the left center. Harper should catch it. That's 2 down. And the batter Manny Trio.
You know, it's an unusual shutout being pitched by Zane Smith. He's given up only 2 hits. Ernie, they were back-to-back. That was back in the 4th inning.
Talk about a young man taking advantage of an opportunity. It's Zane Smith when Perez and Barker both hurt. An opening on the pitching staff. Took him out of the bullpen, and look what's happened. He has pitched excellent baseball. Not necessarily going 9 innings because few pitchers do today, but he's pitched past the 6th inning just about every time. There's a hit to right, and the shutout is gone. Trio singles to right. See if Eddie Haas makes a move. 2 outs. Davis is the batter, and here comes Eddie Haas. That might be it. Smith has pitched into the 8th inning and a 3-run lead. And I'll tell you, a relief pitcher likes it when the manager says, I'm going to give you a little bit of a cushion. You can afford to make a mistake, and you're still going to be okay. Instead of waiting till the winning runs or tying runs are aboard. So Dedman will be called upon in a 4-1 game. A runner at first and 2 down. And a nice hand for Zane Smith from everybody here. Zane Smith making his way toward the third base dugout. And you'll watch all his pals greet him. He's pitched another good ball game. A chance to win his 2nd on this trip. The glad hand all around. And while Jeff Dedman warms up, we'll break away for this message. Well, then Dedman and Smith.
No, I haven't, as a matter of fact. And if they pal around, they obviously communicate with hand signals. But actually, they're 2 terrific young men.
And Dedman has quietly gone about having a super year. 4-0, ERA 1.64. He has no saves. He's got a chance for one right here with the circumstances as they are. This is his 24th game. And lately he has just been phenomenal out there, and Eddie Haas wants him to have one more great outing. To nail this one down and give the Braves a 7-4 road trip. Tomorrow, Bedrosian goes against Jim Gott. Chili Davis will turn around and bat lefty. He's 0 for 3 right-handed against Smith. Better hitter left-handed, 276 versus 241. And the pitch is fouled away. Bruce Sutter gets up and starts throwing in Atlanta's bullpen. Sutter suffered the loss yesterday as the Dodgers came from behind, tagging him for a couple of runs in the 8th on that record-setting home run by Pedro Guerrero. Guerrero has a fair chance of being the player of the month in the National League. He only hit 15 homers.
He has a chance, yes.
He has a chance.
He has a chance to be unanimous.
And John Tudor has a fair chance to be the pitcher of the month. 6-0 with an ERA of about 1.3. St. Louis Cardinals lefty. 1-1. Popped him up foul. Back out of play.
You know, when we saw the Cardinals, Tudor couldn't win at all. And he was pitching very good baseball, but the days he pitched, he didn't get any runs. He'd make a mistake, whatever. And he said, I really don't want to be told that I'm pitching well. I want some wins. Well, he straightened out. And you have a story about that, too.
I think I did tell it, but his high school catcher saw a flaw in his delivery watching on PBS and back in New Hampshire, and they talked about it, and he changed his style a bit, and look what's happened. Fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I believe the flaw in Tudor's delivery was the fact that when he was pitching before, he had a slight pause in his delivery. And he had lost that. So he went back to the slight pause right in the middle as he's winding up to get the momentum toward the plate. And it's worked wonders. And of course, doesn't take much sometimes to straighten you out mentally. Even if there's not an awful lot that is done, you just feel better. Therefore, you pitch better. It's a mental game, folks. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Popped him up. Let's see if Benedict's got a play. He has. That's it. Davis fouls to the catcher. We've played 8. It's a 3-run lead, Atlanta. The new pitcher is Mike Jeffcoat. This is his debut in the National League. He has been in the American League, pitching a bit with Cleveland. 1 year with the Indians, he won 5, lost 2, ERA 2.99. Has 1 save in the American League. He's 25 years old. And he faces Glenn Hubbard, who pops it up right side foul. Renley's going to have to make a circus catch or something. And Chili Davis ran up over the mound and almost hurt himself. The ball falls free. 0-1.
We look at that. Chili Davis stumbling over the mound. Boy, you can really get hurt that way. You can really turn an ankle if your spikes dig in. Chili's okay, thank goodness.
We were wondering if Jeffcoat is the son of Hal Jeffcoat, is he?
Well, I have this to report to you. I combed through the press box, Ernie.
Outside.
I asked people on the Braves, people on the Giants, people in the newspapers, and no one knows. However, it's not mentioned anywhere, so we'll have to ask Mike Jeffcoat.
Someone said that he was the son of Hal Jeffcoat, who pitched for several years with the Chicago Cubs and a couple of other ball clubs. 3-1.
Well, you played against him. We ought to get a close-up and see if you can notice any resemblance.
If we get a close-up, you'll see a tough bulldog type. Fouled away. His dad, if it is his father, his dad was a good pitcher. Sinker ball type and an outfielder for a while.
Pitcher, yeah.
That is, if Hal Jeffcoat is his father.
Right. If not, I'm sorry, Mike.
Here's a 3-2. Fouled away. He was in that deal that sent Johnny LeMaster over to Cleveland.
Well,
Benedict on deck.
So it was a heck of a trade for Cleveland.
That's going to be a base hit to right by Glenn Hubbard. Hubbard's first hit of the afternoon.
For those who don't know, Cleveland gave up this promising young left-hander for shortstop Johnny LeMaster. They decided to move Julio Franco from short to second, who'd been making a lot of errors at short. So they played LeMaster at short, played Franco at second. Franco told them 6 games later, I don't want to play second base. They said, okay. Moved him back to short and got rid of LeMaster.
Benedict. The runner is going, and it's a fair ball. And a nice play by Brown at third. They played hit and run. Hubbard's now at second.
Number 2, Al Hall, the batter, Devin.
Albert Hall is going to come on as a pinch hitter for Jeff Dedman, so that means that Suter will be in the ball game in the bottom of the 9th. Benedict out. Third to first. The announcement on Albert Hall. He'll bat righty. Had a big base hit in Houston to win a ball game and almost squeezed one through yesterday, but it was caught by the left fielder Pedro Guerrero for the Dodgers, and Perry was doubled off third to end that ball game. Doubled off second, rather. Pitch is low. Hall batting 192. No homers and 1 RBI. Washington on deck. Strike call, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1. Hit foul past third. Let's see. Dane Smith went 7 2/3. Gave up only 3 hits, 1 run unearned. 3 walks and a strikeout. And he stands to be the winner if the bullpen can hold in the bottom of the ninth. It would be his 5th win. Fouled away. Hubbard's at second base. He singled, went down there on a ground out. Towards second. Trio to first, 2 out. Over to third comes Hubbard. Oh, this place is quiet. Not Claudell Washington. Washington with a base hit in the third. 1 for 4 with a stolen base. It was his 8th of the year. Now it's lefty against lefty. Look out. Fastball. He was late on it. Our next tryout camp will be next Saturday, July 6th at Greenville, South Carolina, Greenville Braves Park. That's Saturday, July 6th, starting at 9 o'clock. If you have aspirations of becoming a professional baseball player and never been given the opportunity and think you have ability, turn out. You never know. We've had excellent results so far as attendance goes. Here's the 1-1. Missed inside. The Braves got 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. The Giants picked up a run in the 8th. We're playing now in the 9th. And the pitch. Foul away. They're shading Washington to left field. Claudell will tell you that against the lefty, he'd like to try to go out that way because they do throw a lot of breaking balls away. 2-2. There's one. And he missed it. That's it for the Braves. They go to the bottom. 4-1 Atlanta. Bruce Suter's the new pitcher. Leonard will lead it off. Suter trying for his 15th save. His ERA 3.51. He's won 4, lost 3. Leonard is 0 for 3. All the way to the screen. Here's a 1-0. 2-0. Base hit left. Jeff Leonard. Now the batter, Bob Brenly. Brenly is 1 for 2. Pitch is low. Braves bullpen. Forster on the left, Camp on the right. The 1-0. Strike call. Well hit. Along the line. It is foul. He missed it by inches. Brenly almost made it 4-3. Suter has to breathe a sigh of relief. He's ahead in the count 1-2. And the pitch. Low. 2-2. Suter's capitalized on 14 of his 19 save opportunities. That means that 19 chances he saved 14 and didn't do the job on 5. And that is hit foul past third. Chris Brown is on deck. Tomorrow it's Steve Bedrosian against Jim Gott. We're on an hour earlier. Airtime will be 3:05 Eastern Time. Here's the 2-2. Foul away. The Braves with 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. The Giants 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors to this point. Suter trying to get that first out. That's so important in a game like this. 2-2. Line toward left center field. Harper's got it. Boy, that ball's hit, but Harper caught it. Out number 1. And the batter, Chris Brown. Brown has doubled in 3 tries. Hit into a double play last time up. The first pitch to him is fouled away. Trevino's on deck. He may or may not bat. We'll wait and see. A little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Look out. This just got away. Fans boo a bit, but they know that Suter in this spot's not going to be wasting any pitches. He's got a 3-run lead with 1 down. Brown goes over, talk it over with Trevino. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out. The Braves trying for their 7th win on this trip and their 34th overall. It would put them 6 games under 500. Got to get to 500 before you think about winning any pennants. Here's a 2-1. Down low. 3-1. Now, another base runner. The tying run comes to the plate. And the 3-1. Foul away. No one knows it better than Suter. These guys know who's where and why, especially when you've had a career of relief pitching. Forster continues to throw. Camp is ready if they need him. Here's the 3-2. Down low, ball 4. 2 on, 1 out. Trevino will hit. Uribe's on deck. The first pitch to him. A ball. Now the 1-0. A ball. First and second, 1 down. And the 2-0 pitch. Steve right. Minton starts throwing in their bullpen. Leonard's at second. Brown is at first. And Suter with a 2-1 to Trevino, who swings and misses 2-2. Now a 2-2. High fly. Murphy should catch it. Under it in left center. 2 away. Uribe was out there, but I don't think he's going to bat. Racich is a pinch hitter. Gary Racich for Uribe. This guy's got a little sting in that bat. Racich with runners at first and second. 2 out. Racich batting average 167. No homers and 10 RBIs. Minor league hitter, he hit a lot of homers. The first pitch is low. The 1-0, swung on, miss. Suter trying to nail it down for Zane Smith. The 1-1, swung on, miss. It's 1-2. He needs one more out. Benedict with a sign. Here's a 1-2. Just missed outside 2-2. Two on, 2 outs. Nail biting time. 2-2. He got him. Braves win. A strikeout of Racich. A good finish for Suter. The final score, Braves 4, Giants 1. The Braves had 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Giants had 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. Smith wins his 5th. He's 5-4. Krukow is now 5-6 for Krukow. And the save goes to Suter, his 15th save. Murphy and Harper hit home runs, and I understand from Mark Goldsmith, our director, we'll look at the first homer by Murphy, a 2-run shot back in the 3rd. That made it 2-0. It was his 19th home run of the year, and it went to right field. He's hit all his home runs but 4 off righties. Here's Harper. That makes it 3-0 as Harper goes to left. It was his 7th home run of the year. And the final Braves run came right here. Ball 4, bases loaded to Bob Horner. And then Jim Davenport, on that particular call, was so incensed in between innings, that he was thrown out of the ball game by Jerry Davis, the first time that the Giant manager has been ejected this year. And this is out number 3. Boy, did that split finger fastball go down for Bruce Sutter. He gets Rasich and preserves the win. The Braves a winner 4-1. They are now 7-4 on this road trip, and they look forward to the final game tomorrow. And we'll be with you at 3:05. Steve Bedrosian against Jim Gott. Final score once again: Braves 4, Giants 1. Until tomorrow, for John Sterling, Skip Carey, and Pete Van Weeren, this is Ernie Johnson from Candlestick Park in San Francisco. And on this winning afternoon, so long, everybody.